folks, and welcome to the Bend Show, where you shut down the tractor, pull over the big rig, get out of the office, and share those other parts of your life with us in the outdoors, where you never know what's coming around the bend. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, aka Beck. As always, love hearing from all of you. Comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of us anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. My producer, sound engineer, co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt is with me, and this is kind of a recap of what we've been having going on. I know August, a lot of people are getting ready for school and whatnot, but for us,
harvest in a lot of places.
Oh, season, yes, yeah. Harvest. The temps are
football practice.
It's heated up. That's right. Friday night lights are about to pop on. I think across the country. I think a lot of people just had their first football game the other night.
Football.
For us, we've been busy with rodeo action. And Tigger, I got to give you some cahoots. Is that the right word?
Kudos. Giving me the cahoots is probably not the best thing. You meant kudos. I know what you meant, dear.
Well, anyway, we'll put it this way. Yeah, he knows how to auctioneer. I will say that. You did a fantastic job. He auctioned off a Calcutta for the rodeo that he was announcing. Mm-hmm. And those of you that don't know what a Calcutta is, Google it, look it up. But it's gambling at a rodeo.
It's legal. It's legal. Kind of like putting together your own little fantasy rodeo team for that performance, and you can win part of their proceeds.
But I gotta say, this was fun watching because these ranch rodeo teams, they're made up, this group was made up of 4 individuals on a team, and these teams were selling for over $1,000 a team. So there were some dollars getting
Oh yeah, that's right.
to...
There was one team, $1,200? $1,100?
Yeah. So all that money gets thrown into a pot and divvied up on, you sure hope your team wins. We'll put it that way.
That's right. And if your team does, you're going to be going home with some serious cash.
Or you're buying everybody a beer and a whiskey.
We've done
afterwards.
that. We've bought people in Calcutta, and we've made serious money.
I have to tell a little story about this. Okay, so yes, he's not kidding because I tend to get a little excited during the Calcutta. He's concentrating on auctioneering.
You tend to get a little excited at any auction. Let's just, as soon as it is an auction, you lose your ever-loving mind. You will pay $87 for a used garden hose. I've seen you.
Well, if we'll put it, I'm wheeling back. If it's a Calcutta and I know the players that are there to play, meaning the Bull Riders, the Cowboys, the Ranch Rodeo teams, Tigger is worried. That's when he's usually trying to get the ranch checkbook out of my hands.
But you've been good.
I have.
You've been successful.
I've made money.
And we made money.
Changing gears here. Last week, I had a little bit of a cooking tip for y'all, and it was regarding substituting duck eggs with chicken, instead of chicken eggs, you could use duck eggs. Well, I heard from a listener, Renee out of Colorado. She got a hold of us, and she said yes, of course, you can substitute the duck eggs instead of chicken eggs, but she said she also substitutes turkey eggs and had a fun fact. Now, I did not check into her fun fact, but according to Renee, those people that have chicken egg allergies, apparently you can eat duck eggs without the reaction.
But check with your doctor before
Please.
On that one.
Garage sales. I know. Tigger's ears immediately perked up.
I love garage sales. I love garage sales. I love auctions. But the problem is I never get a bargain. You're the bargainer. Find them.
I am good, and I'm a negotiator. But I just want to throw this out there. As you're all heading to these garage sales now that we're heading into fall, and a lot of them are happening with kids going back to school. Back in the college days, you might find stuff on the corner for free giveaway.
right.
Well,
Vanity.
Don't forget to always keep your eyes peeled for that item that just might be worth something.
A treasure.
I'm going to give a throwback to a find that was found about 20 years ago. It was found in the year 2000 by a man in California, when for only $45, he found what they believed to be Ansel Adams negatives. Now, Ansel Adams was believed to, and those that don't know who Ansel Adams was, he is considered the father of American photography. He's known for most famously the Yosemite National
He
Park.
did outdoor photography, right? Wilderness photography. I'm with you now. I got you.
Beautiful landscape photography, Ansel Adams. Well, supposedly this gentleman out of California back in the year 2000 for $45, he ended up picking up a box of glass plates that were of Ansel Adams, and he didn't even know he had them. Held on to them for a couple of years. Then one day was Googling them, researching on them, going, wait a second, I have something here. And over the years, it's been said that this prize collection was worth, we're talking over $100 million. Now,
come on. He paid $45 and this is worth $100 million.
Right. But however, I will say not all finds are gold forever, because over the last 20 years, the poor gentleman has had a lot of lawsuits, including those from the trustees and family of Ansel Adams, saying he could not sell them because of copyrights and different things that people can associate with.
The rabbit hole gets deeper on this one.
It does. So sadly, it has brought this man a lot of heartache having found such a find, but you never know what you just might find. Louisiana. 3 people recently stole a python from a Louisiana pet store.
Why?
One person distracted the clerk while the other 2 opened the snake's cage, grabbed it, and placed it in a purse before leaving.
I hope y'all got bit.
The store caught the theft on surveillance video. The snake was worth $500, as well as could have killed the thieves.
Gee, there you go.
Now over to Georgia. I feel like there's something in common here. Kids found a 6-foot snake under their bedside table. A pair of children recently in Georgia found a 6-foot snake under a bedside table. The police and animal control were called to remove the eastern rat snake.
If that happened to you, you would do something involuntary and messy. You
right?
would lose. You would.
Oh my gosh. Well, in the meantime, until they could come to get rid of the snake, the kids named it Big Mama. No one was bitten by the snake, thankfully. Tigger, did you grow up playing with snakes?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just a little bit better than you are about snakes. Well, actually, I'm a lot better because you are the worst I've ever seen. If it's the garden hose curled up, you will walk by it and you'll scream thinking it's a snake.
Now, there's one thing I don't have a problem with, and that's skunks. I'm not afraid of those. In Washington, police credit a skunk with busting a church burglar. The burglar broke into the church at 3 a.m. When the cops arrived on the scene, they found the burglar and told him to get on the ground. As the man did, a skunk ran around the corner and sprayed the burglar, then fled.
Are you kidding? Oh, man, that's worse than pepper spray.
Okay. All right. Now, one last story, and we head to Idaho. This one's a good one for you record keepers. Officials in Idaho say a Utah man caught a massive 10-foot-long white sturgeon at the CJ Strike Reservoir.
Oh, my gosh.
The Idaho Fish and Game shared a picture of this monster. You got to Google it. Congratulating Greg Polson of Eagle Mountain, Utah, for setting a new state Idaho record for white sturgeon. Get this, Tigger. It was 10 feet, 4 inches long.
That is as long as our kayaks. Just as long as our kayaks.
It is.
Because I think our kayaks are actually 10 feet, 4 inches, right?
I think actually you're spot on. Absolutely. Well, just so everyone knows, according to the Idaho Fish and Game Agency, fishing for Idaho's white sturgeon is allowed strictly on a catch and release basis. That's a wrap for now. When we come back, we're going to be chatting about getting our gear lined up, and we'll hear more insight on how to prepare for this upcoming hunting season. Plus, we have feel-good stories you only hear here on The Bend. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
It's all about you. This is Michelle with About You Photography. Super excited to be the official photographer of Tigger and Beck. Other than the ranch, photography and design is what I do for a living. From rodeo and Western sports to the elegant to the tasteful, artistic, beautiful, and private, we can take care of whatever you're needing. If I can make Tigger look good, imagine what I can do for you. Get a hold of me for all of your photography needs, from custom shoots to stock photos.
Marlo Anderson here, and believe it or not, I am the National Day Calendar creator. We are the calendar that brings you National Donut Day to Coffee Day and everything in between. Subscribe to National Day Calendar and never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
The calendar has been marked, your aim is on point, and all that's missing is the clothes to take you to the next level. TheTellyOutdoors.com specializes in clothes that fit, wicks, and move silently while providing comfort and durability. TheTellyOutdoors.com.
Joining us today is, again, Travis Teal from Buckstorm. Travis, I know you've already got your trail cams out. You've been on the lookout, patterning the wildlife and stuff. But now what I'm kind of wondering is how's it going with you going through your gear? I'm assuming you're somebody that probably goes through their gear ahead of time versus, I'll be honest, folks, let me just be real here quick. I tend to pull out all of my gear probably the week of, so don't follow what I have to say.
Yeah, I definitely, if you wait too long, you'll realize you're missing something important, and then you won't be able to find it. It never fails. But with our guiding deal, it's a little more important for us to make sure we're prepared ahead of time. I used to put it off because I kind of knew where everything was, and there wasn't a lot to organize. But now it seems like, between even just like all of our trail cameras and stuff that we run now, I think we have 30 up right now. It's hard to keep track of everything. So it's nice getting an inventory and going through your camouflage, making sure you have everything from the year before, making sure your knife's sharp or you have plenty of blades to get you through the season, good knife sharpener depending on what you're using, backpack, so on and so forth. Everything's going to work for what you're doing. Some people wait and they maybe didn't go elk hunting last year, and then next thing you know, they're like, crap, my pack's not big enough for this week-long elk hunt we're going on, and then they're scrambling. So it's always a good idea to get ahead of the curve and, make sure you go through your gear and based on what you're hunting and make sure you're ready, because a lot of people are hunting different species every year. They might draw a bighorn sheep tag one year. They might draw an elk tag or a moose tag, and they're all going to require a little different gear. So that's not to procrastinate it, that's for sure.
Okay, you just hit on one topic that I do take into consideration with my hunting, and that is the packs, especially with elk hunting and stuff, depending on if I'm going to be hiking into the backcountry pretty good or if I'm going to be, say, on horseback. I've learned over the years that different packs fit different ways, and definitely when you're putting those kind of miles and with the switchbacks, you probably want to be used to what you're carrying on your back.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't just want to give it a good test run on the first 7-day elk hunt that you've ever been on, So at least train with it, that's what I've always done in the past. If I get a new pack, I'll load it up with weight and, I'll even just wear it like when I'm out doing trail camera stuff just to get used to it with a fairly good load on it. Plus it's good exercise. It can help you get in shape because let's be honest, most of us put off getting in shape too. So
yeah, I got to say, I'm guilty there too. But I have become much wiser when it comes to the fitness.
So can I chime in and add something?
Of course.
To that. With the gear, and now is the time to go through all that. But look at what I'm going through now is we've got our gear on, and I had my shoes from last year. These were my hiking / kind of hunting shoes. And didn't really mess with them too much, and now started wearing them, getting geared up. See how I did that? And now blisters all over the place. And now here we sit. We got to go to try to find me some new hunting shoes, and now it's, hunting season is right here.
I'm so glad you brought this up because you're right. Boots are so important for when you're heading out to the trails, which we all know. But you're right. Just like Travis the other week, if you play back one of his shows, he mentioned how he should have gotten some health things taken care of. He had a hamstring or something that was pulled. He should have gotten stretched, and now he's in physical therapy. You should have been wearing these hunting boots for the last 4 weeks.
How did they magically change? That's what I can't understand. But, they did. For some reason, these are hurting me for whatever reason. And
they didn't bother you last year.
They didn't bother me before. We've tried changing socks and everything. So now we're at the point where, all right, we're just going to have to get a new pair of boots. And now it's that, Well, now I'm going to have to wear them a lot to get them broken in so that they are comfortable to cover the terrain that we're fixing to be in. Hopefully the terrain we're going to be in.
Well, it is the terrain we'll be in, but what also goes through our mind, and I want everyone to get on the ball with this, is because department stores might not have the boots that you need in stock. Amazon might ship a little bit longer than usual.
That's true, because it's getting harder to find. Down to batteries, it's getting harder to get your supplies. I don't care in what industry you're in. That's a good point.
And then this is the other thought that has been bothering me, and I haven't even voiced this one to you, Tigger, is that how these previous boots, for some reason, started giving you some blisters. So now we're having to deal with making sure these open sores are healed fully before we head out into the field, into the stand where, sometimes the morning the dew is still there in the grass and your boots get wet, and then you sit there and you worry because now your feet are either sweating or they're wet from the dew on the ground, and then mixed with all of the other elements, it can cause for a little infection. We don't need that when we are out on the trail.
And everybody's sense of adventure is a little different. Let's just be honest, dear, between you and I. You are more for throw me every element and I want to experience this and I want to experience that. I'm not so much. I'm more for, look, I want to be focused on the hunt. I want to be focused on the hike. I want to be focused on this. I don't want to be thinking about the elements or thinking about blisters on my feet or thinking about something like that. That's just kind of the differences between you and I.
You know what? I think we're going to have to table this because you just gave me an idea for a great topic. Maybe we'll follow up with next week or the week after. And that is, so stay tuned, people. I want to hear your insight on this. And that is selecting your hunting or traveling partner when you're heading out to the backcountry. Because, as Tigger just said, him and I are a little different. I have been known to sleep just under a tarp that's tied to trees, where Tigger likes a little bit more of a plan. We'll put it this way.
Yeah. I'm the gear guy. We'll just say that.
So with that, we're going to head to our final break, and we will be back around the bend with our last bit. Buckstorm Hunts offering Black Hills guided rifle and archery hunts on over 1 million acres for deer and turkey, and for South Dakota residents, elk and bighorn sheep too. Hunts are limited. Book a hunt today. Head to buckstormhunts.com.
Add a little heat to those burgers and brats. Add some Mickey's mustard or some Mickey's hot mustard to your summer cooking. Ain't nothing like it. Mickey's mustard. That's MICKEYSMUSTARD.com. Mickey's mustard.
Join the Celebration Nation. Never miss another National Day. From National Pretzel Day to Junk Food Day, be notified about contests, coupons, and prize opportunities. NationalDayCalendar.com. Never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Waterfowl, turkey, deer. ToxicCalls.com offers all of the various styles of calls needed to take your hunt to the next level when you create quite simply the most real sound yet. American made to boot. Order today. ToxicCalls.com. Welcome back to this final bend in the road. I am Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. Thanks for sticking with us. We are going to head to the field right now where Sean Ayer is in Northwest Pacific. He's with Toxic Calls. Sean, what do you have going on?
Kind of a slow start to my morning, so I figured I'd call and give an update. We are getting close to fall salmon season, so we're getting a couple of things done, get ready to go out and do some fall fishing here on the Columbia River. And, as always, we're looking forward to duck season. We're getting closer. I know we've got some places that got some early goose seasons opening up, so guys are really starting to get thinking about goose season. So the call shop is busy. We've been hot. We got another week of hot coming, so we're doing our best to keep cows cool and then make sure that they've got good feed on and plenty of water. But definitely thinking about fishing. So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks you'll see some salmon posts from me on the old Instagram account, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody outdoors. I appreciate Beck and the band and the ability to call in and give these updates, and talk to everybody later. Thank you much. Bye.
Thanks again, Sean, and we sure do appreciate hearing from you, too. I've done hiking in the Pacific Northwest, but never any hunting. beautiful terrain. That is one thing I can say. Remember, if you have a field update of your own to share, reach out to us here at The Bend anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. Again, that's 305-900-2363.
What you won't learn about your significant other, you've been hiking in the Pacific Northwest?
You didn't know this?
I had no idea that you were. When did you go hiking?
Well, you remember how you've met my cousin Christy.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone out to visit Christy a couple of times over the years. I guess maybe I didn't tell you that I went hiking
I didn't
when I
know
go
that you were
visiting
hiking.
Christy. Christy
Maybe
and
the
I
next time you go to
hiking.
visit Christy, maybe you should take me with. I'll hang out with Sean.
Tigger, what would you do?
It makes me nervous when you say something like that every time.
A family recently enjoying a beach day in the Mexican state of Baja California Sur. Well, they were frightened when a massive elephant seal decided to also have a beach day.
But they're kind of gentle, aren't they? Aren't they the ones in SeaWorld that they teach tricks to?
Well, I don't think they're teaching elephant seals tricks,
Maybe
but they are yes training seals to do certain things. I think those are sea lions is what you're thinking of.
I'm not up on my aquatic knowledge.
Well, no one was hurt in this occurrence. The video footage does show, however, the woman screaming at the approaching elephant seal while her young son stood brave and stoic as the approaching elephant seal decided to also find a resting place for a nice siesta.
The impending doom, I think, is what they were thinking.
Well, anyway, just a little bit more information on these northern elephant seals. Yes, Tigger, they are huge. I went and looked into
You're
it a
sure
little bit.
they're not the ones they train at
I'm pretty
SeaWorld?
sure. I'm pretty sure those are sea lions.
Okay,
'Cause
I've never been.
I've been to SeaWorld, and they were always sea
Of
lions.
course you have been to SeaWorld, too.
These elephant seals, they can get upwards to 5,000 pounds. You just, okay, the look on Tigger's face is hilarious.
Okay, maybe those aren't the ones in SeaWorld.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be belly flopping into anything at SeaWorld. They're also known for their chasing prey and how they chase prey, and that is that they can dive 2,500 feet down after their prey. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine something that's 5,000 pounds, then diving 2,500
I don't know where
feet
you get
after
this
you?
stuff every week.
And if you're wondering what elephant seals typically feast upon, they usually feed on squid and fish, and this includes sharks and stingrays. Tip for you all as you're going through your harvesting of all your veggies, bringing home your treats from the farmer's market. A lot of times you end up with a lot of zucchini, a lot of cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, all of that fun stuff. And you're going, now what do I do with it? I can only eat so much salad,
Put
right?
it in the neighbor's car.
Well, here's a quick idea. Make your own homemade pasta salads. And it's super easy. Just boil up a cup of pasta that you like. But here's the key. Ahead of time, say an hour or two before time, go and cut up and slice up your cucumbers and your zucchini and throw them in some vinegar with a little bit of sugar and let it sit in the fridge
With
for 1 to 2
sugar?
hours. Yes, and it won't truly pickle them, but it'll give it a little different taste to it. Then drain it all off and mix it in with your carrots, your tomatoes, all that nicely diced, and put your favorite zesty Italian dressing, and you have a salad to go. Folks, if you have a field update, a topic we should investigate, a different recipe, or a tip of your own, or a tale to share, send it this way. Call, text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or email us at any time at bendradioshow@gmail.com. Social media, we're everywhere. Facebook and Instagram. Follow us at The Bend Show. Thank you to my producer, sound engineer, co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, and to Travis Teal, guide and outfitter at Buckstorm. Be sure to follow them on season 4 on YouTube and subscribe to Buckstorm. And to our Field Bend staffer, Sean Ayer from the Pacific Northwest, thank you for the update. Goose, waterfowl, and turkey hunting is ramping up. Check out toxiccalls.com to get your orders in time. As y'all keep making those memories, be sure to keep sending us in those pictures by email and always tagging at The Ben Show on social media. We love hearing and sharing your life with you, whether you're on or off the trail, in the tractor seat, or tackling the next chapter from a new outdoors hobby to ranching to hunting, or just trying to make it through the week. We want to see it all. We want to see and hear those memorable moments. If you missed most of this episode, part of this episode, or past episodes, find all our shows on the website, thebendshow.com. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Booking events now, change things up, and have Tigger and Beck help you with your event. From MCs to entertainment to acting as a host couple, let us make your gathering extra special. From ranching to rodeo, cattle, hunting, fishing, camping, and so much more, we've got tales and things to share. Thank you to our partners, Detelli Outdoors, Sasquatch Survival Gear, Buckstorm, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, ToxicCalls.com, Wabalo Creek Outfitters, Atlas Tracks, Ranch House Coffee, RFD TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along. And whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.